Hi everyone, Cass here. We're joined by our friend Jimothy the Dragon today, and we're going to talk about some minerals. So, a mineral is a substance that meets certain scientific criteria. So, one of those criteria is that it is solid. Another criteria is that it's inorganic in nature. There are some kind of exceptions where you can have an organic material that is identical to an inorganic one, and that would be considered a mineral. So in this case, it would be our teeth, which are a mineral because they are chemically like the same at that chemical level. And I think it's really funny that it's called apatite, and it sounds like a joke, but it's not. It's also very important that the minerals are found in a natural way. Nowadays we do have the technology to create minerals in a lab, but so long as it is created using the same process as in nature, then that would be considered a mineral still. But there are some things that we can create in a laboratory that are not created in nature, such as cubic zirconia, and that would not be a mineral in this case. Another thing that's really important is that they are chemically homogeneous, which means the chemicals are actually distributed equally throughout the material and that they have one sort of summarized scientific formula. So I have a fun little example here. So I drew this little picture of all sorts of colors and shapes, right? And this would kind of represent different materials or elements that minerals are made out of, right? So we have our pink circles, we have our purple squares, we have our blue diamonds, we have our dumb orange triangles, Everything has some imperfections and lots of stuff in it, right? But this is too broad. It's not concise enough to really be anything. It's just a whole bunch of some things stuck together, right? But if we have a mineral, it will have an organized pattern, which is another point. Our next point is that things have a crystalline nature. So this actually means that the atoms in the, the compound or whatever are orderly and arranged and repeated. So in this case, this could be an example of a mineral because we have a consistent pattern. And we do have some dumb triangles in here, there's imperfections, but this is much more easily simplified into a compound. So, we all have dumb orange triangles somewhere. So leave the darn mineral alone. But that is an example of how that would work. So, some important properties of a mineral that we kind of want to look for is their chemical makeup, because how is it used, right? For example, aluminum is very lightweight and strong, so that's very commercially useful. Not every metal or mineral is lightweight like that. We also care very much about the hardness. Some are very soft and they will break off at a single touch and crumple in your hands, and some are really hard to break. One of the hardest minerals that there is diamond. There's a lot of diamond tipped power tools. My father's a woodworker, and he used those. And as a kid, I was like, "What the heck, Dad? You have diamonds?" No. I mean, yes, but no. Another thing we look for is color. Some are very vibrant, beautiful colors, such as malachite, which is like a bright green, and those are often used in paints. We care a lot about the refraction of light. This can mean a mineral is very valuable because it's really pretty and shiny, or some are very opaque, or even reflect light, such as barite or lead, which, to go to my other parent, my mother is a radiologist, and they use these lead gowns to protect your organic cells from the radiation, but to expose only the parts of the body that they want to see in X-ray. So we also care, something to note is about the crystal shape. They have all sorts of different funky shapes, or even the cleavage of the material. So for example, muscovite's cleavage, it lets it break off in such a way that they can crush it easily into glitter, which is super cool. They also use mica in the fashion industry to create glitter. We care about the solubility. This affects how it's mined, sort of how you can retrieve it. Some of them are more soluble in alkaline solutions, or some are more soluble in acidic solutions. Magnetism is another important thing. These kinds of minerals are used in hard drives. We care about electric conductivity, thermal conductivity, and also the melting point. Some minerals do not melt as easily as others. For example, asbestos was used in fire-resistant fabrics because it melts at a much higher point than other minerals. And also stress response. So some minerals, if you whack them, they'll just fall apart. They're very brittle. And some are what they call ductile or easily malleable, I would say. So this kind of affects like how they are used and interact with the world around them and etc. This material is referenced from a website called Integrate, which provides like sort of a studies class on minerals, and it was sourced in my college class. So yep, I hope that was informative, and thank you so much.